Good afternoon, one and all. You all are assembled here to hear the wonderful stories from respected, beloved Miss Priyanka Chatterjee. Yes, stories are very powerful, enrich the value of life, motivate and boost your mind. So, my dear students, be happy and enjoy the session. Please switch on the cameras. Be active, keep silence, maintain discipline throughout the session. All the very best. I do invite Miss Sajida, head of the compartment, for the welcome address. Over to you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon to all. Respected principal, our chief guest of the day, Ms. Priyanka Chatterjee, head of the department, and teachers and my dear students. On behalf of the Aburam, I welcome all of you in this program, and let me introduce the guest of the day, Ms. Priyanka Chatterjee Akka, is known as Golpo Didi, is an international story consultant, an MBA gold medalist, an alumna of International Institute of Storytelling, Emerson College, UK. She is the Director, Storytelling Education and Arts India Council, with 15 plus years experience in Fortune 500 multinational companies and leading Indian media house. She founded Wild Strawberry, an art exploration organization. Till date, Wild Strawberry is tasted by more than 1.5 lakh children and 25,000 adults, as Chatterjee has traveled the world with her story bag containing business storytelling tools, branding tools, pedagogical tools, design tools, therapeutic tools, communication tools, facilitation tools, and social change agent. Once again, a warm welcome to each and everyone and best wishes for the wonderful day. Over to you, ma'am. Priyanka, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Sajita ma'am and Ravina ma'am, for such a wonderful welcome address. And thank you, Amina ma'am, for having me over here. I'm so happy to be back at the Apuram School with the bag of stories. So, what are we waiting for? Let's go to the story land. গল্প নেবে গো গল্প Stories for you, stories. कहानी ले लो भाई कहानी 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 किस किस को चाहिए कहानी Who amongst you wants stories? Can you not raise your hand, but maybe give me a jazz hand if you really like stories? So this is what we know as jazz hands. Give me a jazz hand if you really like golpo, stories, kahani. Aha! The screen is looking fabulous because I can see a lot of you love stories. And what about the others? Do you have an ache in your hand? Can you give me a jazz hand if you really love stories? Woohoo! That looks lovely. So let's go to the storyland because all of you love stories. I have this tiny little bag that has got lot many stories. Stories of donkeys and monkeys. Stories of dragons and fairies. এসো যোগ পাবে না আর বলো ভাই কি দাম দেবে গল্প নেবে গো গল্প stories for you stories कहानी ले लो भाई कहानी Looks like we are almost ready to go to the storyline, but there's a little hitch. You see, there's a little problem. And what is the problem? That if you need to go to the storyland, you need to learn a new mantra, a new chant. Okay, all of you did a prayer to start the session, but this is a chanting for the storyland. So the little rule for storyland is if I say Sunona, means please, 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 please listen. You have to say kahona, means please, 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 please tell. Otherwise, Didi has got a little problem. Didi forgets her stories. Huh? Does that happen to you as well? When you are appearing for the examination, you forget what you were about to write, or you forget the answer. Does that happen to you? Some Aina is saying, yeah, I forget sometimes. Yeah, Aina, I also forget sometimes. And that's why that is the little rule that whenever Golpo Didi forgets her stories, you will remind her. So should we do a little practice, a demo run, right? Whenever I say sunona, you have to say kahona. Okay? So let's go. Sunona! Yes, I can see Jocelyn is like going with full energy. Kahona! Yes, very nice. Now, another round. Sunona! Let's go. Nice, nice, nice. Devapriya's hands are moving like waves. Beautiful, lovely. Another round so that I know and I can be sure that you know what I'm talking about. Sonora. Yes, like the Superman. Sonora. Yes. Right. Okay, this time I can see Shayon and Darshik giving me, good high five. Okay, so looks like we all are ready to go to the storyland. The stories that Golpo Didi has got to you for today. For that, we would need a little piece of paper, maybe an A4 size of paper, and two papers. Two papers. You can also take your exercise books, and I would need a pen or a pencil or crayon. So quickly go, run, rush, and bring a piece of paper. Two pieces of paper, rather. Okay, I'll wait for you. Quickly come back. That's lovely. I can see a lot of you are already having papers. Some of you, those who don't have, can you quickly bring? I would wait. Mistria is already ready with two, not only papers, but two pens as well. Lovely. Leem is also having them. Rohan Matthew, yes, I can see that. Okay. Looks like people are ready. I'll still wait for maybe another 5 seconds. Aisha is also having, okay. Some of you are also having boards. That's great. Okay, so let's, right? The story that Golpo Didi is going to tell you right now comes all the way from a country, not only a country, a continent, which is full of forests. Okay, and places of which sometimes, go through a lot of water scarcity and electricity scarcity, and people are over there are usually having dark complexion, and they are very beautiful, and they also do a lot of styling with their hair. Can you guess which country or which continent I'm talking about? Write in the chat box. Where does this story come from? Anybody who has guessed it? Let's see. China. The people from China, they're not usually having dark, beautiful complexion, but rather they are having yellowish complexion. US or America, I'm also getting a response. Over there is more cosmopolitan. So it's a mix of Indians and Africans and Europeans, because a lot of people, yes, I got the right answer already. Yes, we are talking about Africa, right? So this story comes from Africa. There's another version that comes from the Pueblo people from Latin America. So let's go. Long, 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 long time ago, in a land far, far, far away, somewhere in Africa, or maybe somewhere in Latin America, because we got two versions of the same story, there was a huge jungle. And in that jungle, one particular year, it didn't rain. So the jungle was dried up. And what happened in the jungle that particular year, that's what we are going to draw in our, a piece of pen and with a piece of paper that we have. And at the end of the story, Golpo Didi will gift you with a surprise. Whatever you draw comes from a story. Okay? I'm not going to tell you what we are going to draw. So this is a draw and tell story. We will draw a little bit. We will tell the story a little bit. Draw a little bit. Tell the story a little bit. Are you all ready? If you're ready, give me a jazz hand. Yeah, lovely. Okay, so let's go. In this jungle, it didn't rain for a long, 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 long time. So the grasses from green, they became yellow. From yellow, they became brown, and gradually they became black. All the grasses. And not only the grasses were dried up, something also happened to all the trees and the plants. What happened to them? They started losing their leaves. The leaves also dried up, and the grasses, they were dried. The plants, they were dried, and the trees, they were dried. So this was a tree that lost all its leaves, and the branches are bare. Can you see that there are no leaves in this particular tree? Another branch of the tree that's lost its leaves. Sad, no? And another branch of the tree that lost its leaves. It became bare, it looked naked, and maybe another branch. Sad. The situation was really, really sad. Isn't it so? Aisha is like, yeah, I can see that. Aisha as well. Right. And what else happened? The leaves not only dried up, rather the little buds from which the flower comes, right? The buds also fell down from the trees. And how did they fall down? The buds fell down like this. And because the buds are gone, the hope for future fruit, that is gone. The future flowers, that is gone. All the buds from the trees, they fell down because it didn't rain for a long, long time, and everything dried up. What else happened? Because the plants and the trees, they were dried up, there was no food for the Harvey Wars. Do you know what a herbivore is? Can you write in the chat box? What is a herbivore? Who is a herbivore? And why there was no food? Who is a herbivore? Maybe in 1-2 words? Write in the chat box. Who are the herbivores? Veg eater, right, Jocelyn? Very nice. Exactly. So the fruits and the vegetables and the flowers and the leaves, and the grasses, all of them have dried up. So the herbivores like Ambo. All of them were super hungry. They didn't have any food. And because Harvey Wars didn't have any food, who suffered? Who can tell me? Because herbivores were drying. Herbivores became lean and thin. There was no meat on their body. Who else suffered? Because herbivores. Yeah, I got the right answer. That's lovely. We are talking about carnivores. We have to do a little spell check maybe after the session. Check out the spelling, but I love it that you know that the carnivores eat the herbivores and they also suffered. So carnivores like they were super rageful, and angry because they didn't get any food because the herbivores were super dried up and lean and thin, no meat on their body, only bones. And not only that, in the entire area, the water bodies, they dried up. So imagine that there was, like a water body that was full initially, a water body that was full. Can you see the pond that was full? Then the water level reduced to half. The water reduced to half because everything dried up. And then it reduced to a quarter. And then at the end, there was only one small puddle that was left. Can you see the small puddle? All the water was gone and they didn't have anything to eat or drink. But beside that little puddle, there was an animal. Can you see the little animal? Yeah. And the hint is this animal loves to stay near the water or in the water, but it also loves the land. And this animal can be found in I got the right answer already. Yes. This animal's scientific name is Rana tigrina, or another version is called Bufo melanostictus. It comes in sometimes yellow color, sometimes black color, sometimes gray color. It's the frog. Absolutely right. And the frog, I can see Muhammad Lalin has already drawn and she's showing. That's lovely. So, this frog was very afraid because this was a dried up year. But this frog was also very hopeful because it thought, maybe I should pray to the nature because nature is the one who gives us the rain. And then I will have the rain. Everybody will have the rain and the plants will once again plants and shrubs and trees, they will become green, they will have flowers. From that there will be the fruits and the vegetables, and the herbivores will be happy, carnivores will be happy, everybody will be happy, and I won't die. So the frog decided to pray to the nature. And how did this frog pray to the nature? So it went like this. Ribbit, ribbit, rain, rain, ribbit, ribbit, rain, rain. Can you all do that with me? Try. Ribbit, ribbit, rain, rain, ribbit, ribbit, rain, rain. Lovely. I can't hear you all, but I'm sure from the gestures that you are doing, you are already there with Mr. Frog, who is there over there. But his sound was not loud enough to reach the Mother Nature. But it was loud enough to reach his neighbor's house, who also lived beside his place, beside his puddle. And he lived in here. He lived here, beside the puddle. And it was a locust. Do you know what is a locust? Locust, have you heard during the COVID times there was something called locust attack that happened? that the locusts came, and they came from the western part of India, and they attacked all the crops in the Halaisha is like, what? Locust? Really? I haven't heard of locusts. I will tell you. Locusts are like grasshoppers, or maybe they're insects basically, right? And they attack the crops. They are harmful for the crops. Short, narrow lane, often coming to a dead end. Okay. Rohan Matthew is telling the definition of locust. Are you sure? Locust, Loceust, is an insect, right? And this locust lived near this puddle. And the locust heard that the frog was praying to Mother Nature. So all insects eat plants. Yes, Jocelyn, you are right. There are some insects which don't eat plants. For example, say mosquitoes. Some mosquitoes survive on, plant sap, the juice from the plant, but some mosquitoes also eat or drink human blood. So all insects don't survive on plants, but yes, Jocelyn, you are right, many of them do. So blood, Iman Fatima is like, blood, that's scary, right? So this time the locust decided to join hands with the frog, and the locust doesn't sound like the frog, rather it sounds like, so can you all do that? Like the locust? 1, 2, 3, and go. And this time he was very nice, very nice. This time he was not alone, because at the same time, who sang with the locust? It was the frog. So the frog and the locust, they went ribbit, ribbit, rain, rain, ribbit, ribbit, rain, rain. And since they sounded together, the noise, that was little louder, but it was not loud enough to reach the Mother Nature. But it was loud enough to, yes, more sound, right? Uninvented, some insects, yes, blood and plant sap, absolutely right. But it was loud enough to reach the neighbor. And who was the neighbor this time? The neighbor lived over here in the hole of a tree. And in the hole of a tree, there lived a monitor lizard. And monitor lizards cannot really make any sound. But the monitor lizard decided to stand in solidarity. What is solidarity? Means stand in unison, support. So the monitor lizard decided to support the frog and the locust, because the monitor lizard also knew that if he didn't, this is going to be the last year of his life. He's going to die. So the monitor lizard also started calling for rain, but there was almost no sound, because most of the monitor lizards, except 1 or 2 species from the Himalayas, they cannot make any kind of sound. So the monitor lizard went. Can you all do the monitor lizard? Let's try. That's very good, Akila Sahnaz. Ansar, can you try? Farsana, Aisha Naza, let's go. Very nice, lovely. So this time it was the frog, the locust, and the monitor lizard. And we will do it together. First, the frog. Ribbit, ribbit, rain, rain, ribbit, ribbit, rain, rain. And then the locust. Rain, rain. Nice. And then the monitor lizard. But there was kind of louder sound, but it was not loud enough to reach the Mother Nature. But it was loud enough to reach who? the neighbor who lived in another tree hole. And can you guess who is this? I'll give you a hint. This is not an insect. This is not insect like locust. This is not um, an ant. Okay, ant, owl. Okay, this is not an insect. This is not a bird. This is not like frog that resides both in water and in land. Rather, it goes on its chest and it loves to eat frogs. It goes to hibernation during the winters. Okay, let me see, because a lot of answers. That's right. Yes, it's the snake. Right. Lovely. Very, very smart children from the Apura. And the snake saw the frog, and the snake fell in love with the frog. Oh, that's my McDonald's burger. That's my KFC chicken. Don't you think like that whenever you see the KFC chicken and the McD burger and junk food, Maggie, all of that in front of you? What do? Do you slurp? Do you do like that? That's what the snake did because the snake saw the frog right in front of him. But at the same time, the snake thought, if I'm going to eat this frog right now, I'll be happy. But what will happen once I'm done eating this frog? Because this year it is not raining. And that means there won't be any frogs in the future. And then I will die. So this is not the time, to eat your enemies. Rather, this is time to stand in solidarity, stand together and pray for rain. So the snake also started calling for rain. And how did it do? So this time we will do it together. Who was the first one? The frog. Rain, rain. Rain, rain. And who was the insect next? The locust. Rain, rain. And then the monitor lizard. Fatima Manha is like full of energy. I love that. How you're doing it. And who was next? Monitor lizard, who didn't make any sound. How did it call out? And who was the next one? Hanoon, you are exactly doing it the way the insects and the animals do. That's lovely. And who was the next one? The last one? I love it, Maish. Beautiful. And now it was loud enough to reach the Mother Nature's ears. And the Mother Nature was happy, and the Mother Nature started giving rain. It started first drizzling, right? And then it started pouring. Then it started raining cats and dogs, and the entire pond that they say that there in the sky, the pond that is there in the sky, that filled with water, they say, and whenever that fills with water, it spills over, and that's when it rains. That's a legend that says that whenever the pond in the sky fills with water, too much water, then it starts raining. So this time we will create the rain together, because the animals and the birds, they are getting super happy. Why? Because the plants and the shrubs and the trees and the grasses, all of them are becoming green, and it started blossoming again, and there were fruits and vegetables. Everybody was happy. They started dancing and singing. So we will create rain together. Let's do it. So what we will do, we'll take our left hand. Everybody take your left hand and show me your index finger in the right hand. So we will increase the number of fingers gradually. First only the index finger. It started raining. Can you hear the sound? Pitter patter, 2 fingers. Pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter. 3 fingers. It started raining harder and faster. 4 fingers, it started pouring. And 5 fingers, it started raining cats and dogs. And gradually the rain stopped. 4 fingers. 3, 2. It rained and it rained and then it stopped. Everybody was happy and all of them thanked somebody who was very special. That is the animal who started the entire movement. And who was that animal? Let's see. If you're ready with the surprise. Dun, dun, dun. Did you all get it? This was our surprise. Who is it? Yes, this is the little frog who was all alone, who started with the movement. And then everybody joined. Teamwork matters. But we also need leaders to lead the movement. And the frog was even though the frog was all alone, he didn't dare. He tried, and that gave results. And same will happen to all of us. If we try, we will get results, but we have to be having perseverance, right? Okay, so did you all love that little surprise from the Draw and Tell story? Yeah, if you have loved it, give me jazz hands. If you loved it a lot, give me jazz hands with both hands. If you loved it a little bit, give me one jazz hand. And if you didn't love it at all, don't give me anything. Let me see how many double jazz, how many single jazz, and how many no jazz. The screen looks lovely. Thank you so much. Okay, it means I can tell another story, right? Because all of you love the, okay, no jazz hands, no jazz hands. Relax, relax, relax. Because now we will tell another story. And because I believe in recycling, and this is a story about recycling, I'll be using the same paper that on which I drew the frog. But in case you don't want to, tear off the paper and keep the frog as a memory, don't use the same paper. You can take the second paper, because this time the paper will be torn, right? And I believe in recycling. Do you all know what recycling is? Using the same, material, right? Using the same material for another purpose. And do you know what upcycling is? Using the same material for a better purpose. That brings out the value from it, right? So we will be talking about recycling and upcycling and reusing in the next story. So in case you want to keep it as a memory, don't use the same paper. In case, then you can take another paper and we will do it, right? So everybody they are ready with this paper. Thank you so much for giving me thumbs up and telling me that you loved the story. Lovely. I think because I don't know why I cannot unmute people. I think it is a problem with my, machine. So maybe once we are done with the story, I would like to unmute everybody and love to hear your voices. Let's look at Rohan. He has got a lovely, is it a frog, Rohan? Yeah. And did you do the origami yourself? The paper origami? Woo! You are so smart. Lovely. Okay. Loved it. Thank you so much for sharing. So now Oh, Dhatrika also. Oh, did you all make it at the school? Haha, this looks so lovely, that Dhatrika. I don't know why I can't unmute people, but I loved it. I loved it. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, so let's go to the Arnav Harilal also showing me the little tiger, Noel Zinzo. Thank you all for sharing. Maybe we can take a picture at the end or end. Okay, everybody, keep your crafts because I can see all talented people over here. And at the end, I would love to see and take a picture. Okay, so now let's do the story on reduce, reuse, and recycle, which is the Sustainable Development Goal SDG number 12 as identified by the UN, United Nations, right? So, long time ago, in not so a land that is so far away, there lived a tailor, a royal tailor. And this tailor used to stitch the clothes for the king and the queen and the prince and the princess. But the royal tailor always will wear dresses that were shabby and dirty and not so nice. So one day, his wife asked him, why do you wear such clothes, shabby ones? And you make things for the kings and the queens and the prince and the princesses, all the expensive and the nice ones. You can wear nice clothes. No, it feels good. But the royal tailor said, I'll wear a special cloth that day when I get a special fabric. And you know what kind of fabric is this? It should be as soft as silk. Can you all do that? As soft as silk. As strong as steel. As dark as the night. And as glittery as the stars. Do you think that kind of a fabric is possible? It can be available. Do you all think? Yes, no. If you think yes, give me a thumbs up. If you think no, give me a thumbs down. Lot of thumbs down I can see. Some of you are like really hopeful and giving thumbs up. Let's see. There was a and after opening the door, the royal tailor got the special fabric, which was as soft as silk, as strong as steel, as dark as night, and as glittery as the stars. Now he decided to stitch a special gown, a special dress for himself. So he took the piece of paper, he took the piece of scissors, a pair of scissors, and he started cutting this fabric. Catch, 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 catch. And he started. Dhatrika has got real pair of scissors, but we won't use the real pair. Rather, we will use our own pair of scissors, right? And then he started stitching. Aisha Azwa, we won't need the real piece of pair of scissors. We will just use our hands, our fingers, okay? And then he started stitching it. And how did it do it? Da 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 da. And he started sewing it. Da 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 da. And what did he get? Let's see. So we will take the paper like this, vertically, not horizontally, but vertically. And then we will fold it in half nicely. Give a nice crease over here. Give a nice crease. And do you all remember that when we used to be in our KG or Montessori class 1, well, basically you are babies because you are not babies anymore, right? You are in class 2 or 3, but till class 1 they are babies. So when you are babies, at that time we used to talk about something about sleeping line. So this is a sleeping line and this is a standing line, right? So we will be using sleeping line and standing line all throughout this particular exercise. So first we will cut this paper with a sleeping line that is parallel to this line. That is parallel to this line. A sleeping line, but we won't do it till here, rather only till here. Okay? A sleeping line parallel to this line, but not till here, only up till here. Okay, cut it, and now we will connect this to this to this, so it's a slanting line. Let's do it. And we will throw this part away. We won't need it. What did we get? Something like this, right? But we also need to give it a nice neck. So we will cut from here, cut a quarter circle in the corner like this, as if somebody has taken a bite from the pizza, like that. And let's see, what did we get? Can we open this? Ta-da! The royal tailor got. Yes, I can see a lot of you, Ishika. Yeah. Ishika, what happened to your dress? Ishika's dress has got no hands. Right? But it's okay, Ishika. In the next one, you can do it, even though maybe your royal tailor didn't like the hands in the dress, right? And okay, I can see Aisha, Nareen, Dhan. Yes, Dhan's one has got shorter hands. Lovely. Naomi. Ha! iPhone, I can see yours. I think you have done it the other way. So what we need to do, we have to fold the paper in half, draw a sleeping line, and then a slanting line, and give it a nice neck. Right? And that's how we get our dress. Lovely. And now the royal tailor liked the dress so much that he wore it here. He wore it there. He wore it everywhere. And what happens when you wear the same dress every day? Let's see what happened to Fatima's dress. I think she has designed the dress so well, She has given nice designs everywhere. I love it, Fatima. All of you can design your own dresses when you are doing this particular story. So, the royal tailor was wearing the same dress everywhere, and it was more like a farhan, the people in Kashmir, they wear because of cold, and he used to wear it during winters, but because he wore it so much that he got holes everywhere in the dress. So should he throw this away? What do you think? Iman Fatima is like, no. Why, Iman Fatima? Tell us why he shouldn't throw this away.
Because it is a good cloth. We should recycle it.
We should recycle it. That's right. Have you ever recycled in your life anything?
Yeah, some papers that we use. I used to make some things like this.
Wow, such an inspiration, Iman Fatima. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much for sharing. That's right. And he decided to recycle as well. So what did he do? He once again took his pair of scissors and he started cutting it. Catch, 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 catch. And then he started stitching it. Okay, Jasleen, in the next round, I will come to you. And then he started stitching it. Da 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 da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and he started sewing it. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. And what did he get this time? Because this was not the winter. The temperature was not so low. This was the springtime. He had to wear something lighter. So he made what? This time, once again, this is the sleeping line. We will draw a parallel line to this, another sleeping line, right? And we will throw this part away. And instead of full sleeves, we'll make it half sleeves because this is springtime. Throw this part away. And he got a nice, what? Nice shirt for the spring. Yeah? And he liked it so much that he wore it here. And Dhatrika wants to share something, looks like. Yes, Dhatrika.
Need to cut this.
Yeah. Yes, Dhatrika. So it was like this. And the sleeping line, we will draw a sleeping line over here. And we will cut also the sleeves. Right?
Then what? Then what?
Then you get the shirt for the spring. Right answer. And I love the green color, so your shirt is looking even more attractive. And Dhatrika, you can cut also the sleeves so that it becomes, a shirt for the spring. And he liked this shirt so much that he wore it here, he wore it there, and he wore it everywhere. And what happened as a result? There were holes everywhere. What should he do? Should he throw it away? Because Jocelyn wanted to
No.
say, let's hear from Jocelyn. What do you think?
Ma'am, I cut this shirt out. Then I know how to cut Godzilla out.
So you can do nice paper craft? Yeah, if the Godzilla was there, then no chance of recycling because Godzilla is going to burn everything away. But let's assume that there are no Godzillas over here. So tell me, Jocelyn, have you ever recycled anything? Have you used anything in more than one ways?
Yes, ma'am. I use one paper to cut a shorts and some clothes like that.
Right, and you can even make Godzilla as you mentioned, right? So you can do paper crafting from the exercise books that you had in class 1 instead of throwing them away, right? And even because I was in Kashmir, I just returned from Kashmir, and over there is very very cold. That's why people put the papers in the bukhari, the furnace, to light up the bukhari. So they don't use new paper, but an existing paper that has already been used. That's what recycling is. I can see lovely designs as well that is being made right now. But let's move on with the story. He decided to recycle it, and once again he took the pair of scissors and he started cutting it. And he started stitching it and sewing it. And what did he get this time? This time he got a vest for the summer. So this time we will draw a standing line, not a sleeping line. And we will make the sleeves shorter. Throw this part away and make the vest shorter because this is not a shirt anymore. So draw a sleeping line over here, a standing line and a sleeping line. And this time we have got a sleeveless vest for the summer. Isan's sleeveless vest looks so cute. Also Alina Mariam's. Lovely. And he loved it so much that he wore it here, he wore it there, he wore it everywhere. And what happens when you wear the same dress every day, you get holes, right? Holes. Yes, Godzilla King, that's right. And he decided to not throw it away, rather reuse it. But what happened in the story? I forgot after that. Can you help me? Sunona! Only few people are telling Kahona. That's why I don't remember the story. Mazin Mubarak is trying so hard, like Kahona, but only few people are doing it. So I needed it from everybody to remember my story. Let's try it again. Sunona. I remember my story now because everybody tried it. Thank you so much, Devika and Rania and Mehak. Lovely. Nafail Alpha. Lovely. So let's move on with the story. And this time, what did he do? He took a pair of scissors, catch, and he started stitching it, sewing it, and what did he get this time? So we will just draw a sleeping line over here, just a sleeping line, parallel to this. Throw this part away. Yes, Ahsan Salim. I think your mother's name is Jaslin. What did he get? He got a hanky for the summer. So lovely because he was full of sweat. So he got a handkerchief with which he wiped off the sweat and he was super happy. So he took the hanky here. He took the hanky there. He took the hanky everywhere. And what happened as a result? The hanky was full of holes everywhere. What can he do? Should he throw it away? No, of course. So what should he do? He has to reuse it. And how? Once again, for one last time, he took his pair of scissors and started cutting it. Catch. And he started. We cannot stitch it like that because this time it has got really small, right? So watch out your hands, right? Very nicely. Da-da-da. 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 And he started sewing it. Very careful, okay? Because this is very small. Da-da-da-da. And this time, let's see what he got. So we will take the hanky, once again fold it, and in the folded part near the crease, we'll make a semicircle. We'll cut a semicircle like this. And this portion we are going to throw, and we will just need the semicircle. Let's see what happens when we open the semicircle. What was this? What did he get? He got a button. That's right. And he liked the button so much. Thank you, Azam, for answering it first. And he liked the button so much that he wore it here, he wore it there, he wore it everywhere. And what happened as a result? No, the button didn't have holes because the button already has holes. It cannot have holes anymore. Rather, the button one day fell down. He was initially sad, you see, because it was his favorite button. But then he remembered that now he has a story to tell to people. The story of his long gown or long dress to be worn in winter, and then a shirt for the spring, the vest for the summer, and the hanky for the summer and the monsoon, and the button for every season. That was made of his special fabric that was as soft as silk, as strong as steel, as dark as the night, and as glittery as the stars. And he loved his story so much that he told his story here. He told his story there. He told his story everywhere. And now, today also, you heard his story. And I'm sure that you will tell this story to others as well. And we all keep making such stories every day in our lives. I will request you to share those stories to more and more people. Keep listening to people's stories and keep telling your stories to them, because that's how human beings bond and that's how we become friends. So that was Golpo Didi's little story about reduce, reuse, recycle, which is a sustainable development goal number 12. And I'm sure you all are going to recycle things as well. But right now, it's 3 p.m. and Golpo Didi has to go somewhere to tell other children stories. But I'm sure I'll come back another time with another story to you. গল্প নেবে গো গল্প
Ma'am.
stories for the you stories
Ma'am.
कहानी ले लो भाई कहानी 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 कहानी
Thank you, Priya ma'am, for the
Thank you.
energetic and wonderful narration. God bless you, ma'am, always. Thank you so much. Next is the feedback session. Hanun is ready for talk. Let's listen.
Okay, ma'am. Good afternoon to one and all. It was a wonderful session. Your story was awesome. We enjoyed it a lot. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Hanan.
Wow. Next, Lianan. Lianan is waiting for her chance. Lian, please.
Good afternoon to one and all. I'm Layan Anis from 30F. First of all, I thank Mrs. Priyanka Chatterjee, who spared time from busiest schedules to have a storytelling session with us. Today, we had an opportunity to listen to your stories. You showed us another world with your stories and enlightened our minds. So we're a lot grateful you attended this program. Thank you.
Thank you, my little friends. Thanks a lot. God bless you. I gladly invite Miss Priya Janet, Headmistress, the Abraham Nursery School, to propose the vote of thanks. Ma'am, please.
Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, audible.
Okay. Thank you. Good evening, all. Dear Priyanka, ma'am, your storytelling session was so incredible that I'm finding it difficult to get right words to express my gratitude to you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Your ability to interact with the children, engage them, and sustain their interest throughout the session was really mind-blowing, ma'am. On behalf of the Abram, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to you and sincere gratitude to all the parents for their support. And let me thank all our little ones for their wonderful participation. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Priya ma'am. Thanks a lot. So little kids, this is the end of our session. I hope all the little kids were enjoyed and motivated and inspired by these wonderful stories. Keep this in your memory. Once again, thanks for your cooperation and support. Thank you all. Bye-bye. See you next time.